Hi, I'm Lauren Grace. I'm an evidential medium and a seer, and I'm the owner-operator of Lauren Grace Inspirations. I'm a channel of the light and work with spirit guides, angels, the higher self, and passed over loved ones to provide you with support, clarity, and encouragement. Using oracle cards, mediumship, and clairvoyance, my readings will leave you feeling comforted and empowered. I have various reading options available, ranging from 30-minute readings to 60-minute readings to group sessions, all online or in person. I also work with professionals to help them gain clarity in business and life purpose. To book a reading with me, simply head to laurengraceinspirations.com. Hello and welcome to the show. Happy Monday. Or Sunday, depending on where you are in the world. Lauren Grace here from Lauren Grace Inspirations. I'm a medium and a seer, and I'm so happy that you are joining me today. I can see the numbers growing, so thank you for being here. So I do help spiritual professionals to level up. I help them to find their life purpose, to get answers to questions that they may have, to connect their past over loved ones, to explore their past lives and connect with their spirit guides and angels as well. And I'm also the host of the Afterlight podcast, which is a spiritual podcast. I also have a really interesting offer that is available for you at the moment, and it features the lovely Michelle Price, a light worker who's coming up right after me, actually, if you're watching on Spiritual Events Directory. And we are going to be hosting a Soul Deep Discussions evening, and this is an evening of spiritual discussion. If you get a ticket to this evening, you have a chance to submit 2 questions in advance that we'll answer on the call. And one of the reasons why I wanted to start this series was because I started to be aware that there are a lot of people who are wanting to discuss spiritual subjects, but don't always have people to talk about those things with. So I thought I would create an opportunity for that. And Michelle is going to be joining me as a co-host for the very first one. So if you've got any questions, I've put a link there in the comments section, which leads you to the info page. And tickets are $44, and they're limited. There's only a certain amount because we want a nice intimate group on Zoom. So I really encourage you to get your ticket. And also, if you book before the 11th, then Michelle or myself will send you a personalized 1-card reading. That's a little bonus offer. Okay, so while I wait for people to arrive, please continue to leave your questions, comments. Please continue to let me know that you are there, because I do always try to work with people who are watching. And just before we kick off, I'd love to take a heart breath with you. So if you just want to settle in wherever you are and just feel your sit bones on the chair, just close your eyes. Just going to take a couple of cleansing breaths in. If you feel called to, you can put your left hand on your heart and your right hand on your left hand. We're just going to take 3 cleansing breaths in through the nose and out through the mouth. And one more. And I just want to say that I'd like to call in our spirit guides and our angels and our higher selves, for the highest good of all concerned. Please watch over us. Please shine your light on us. It is done, is done, is done. Perfect. And just remember, as always, there's nothing wrong with you. You know, we're all learning, we're all growing, we're all learning to do things differently, do things better. And when we operate from a different level of consciousness, that's when we can do things differently. But when we're, stuck in something, we sometimes have to work through it, learn from it, and then we can, move forward. So I just want you to be really patient with yourself along this journey we call life. Okay, let's get into it. So I've got well over 20 people connecting on all the channels. Please do share this with your friends. And let's get going. So, all right, let's go with Vianello Tracy. So I think that maybe your first name is Tracy. Can you let me know if you're on the call, Tracy? It'd be great. And thank you, people, for sharing as well. I see comments about that, so I appreciate that. So I'm just going to tune in here to Tracy. Feel a little bit of anxiety in my solar plexus area, in my tummy area. So obviously, if you're asking about a job, there may be a little bit of insecurity, a little bit of nerves sort of around, the new job direction, what you're going to do, how's it going, that sort of stuff. So I just want to acknowledge that I do feel an anxiety there. I'm also feeling quite a little bit of emotion actually about it. And sometimes what happens to us is when we're a little bit unsure, we're a bit uneasy about how things are going, we feel emotional, which is completely normal. It's important that you honor those feelings. So whenever possible, breathing them in through your heart space and breathing them out is going to be really important as opposed to sort of stuffing them down. All right, so I'm going to pull a couple of cards for you here on this job space. And of course, I'm going to pull one, and I forgot my life purpose cards over there, so I'm just going to quickly grab them. Okay, perfect. Here we go. Okay, so this is cool. So number one, we got the Many Masks card, and this is card number 38, and 3 plus 8 is 11, and 11 is a master number of new beginnings, new start, new direction, new ideas. This card is talking about the many masks that we wear and the authentic self. And what I think this is actually really significant of for you, it's significant of what I'd like to call the big reveal. So I feel like you're really starting to step into who you are. You're sort of realizing that, you don't really want to play this role anymore, be this person for that person and this person for that person, because that's tiring, isn't it? I really feel like you're going, you know what? I want to be me. I want to be who I am, and I want to step into that power. And I can feel a lot of anxiety around making that change, making that decision. But I want you to know that, we've all done it, especially as light workers. Sometimes it's very difficult for us to step outside and to say, hey, I believe that we don't die, or I believe that angels and spirit guides exist. Sometimes it's a little bit like, wow, confronting, especially to people who, are in our lives that may not have those same feelings. I'm also feeling a little bit of tension in my throat. So I just want to acknowledge that sometimes these are difficult things to communicate. One of the biggest lessons that you can learn from this, Tracy, is really about going slow. Okay. Once you are really aware of who you are and how you want to, be seen in the world, sometimes people rip off the Band-Aid and just get it done. And other people like myself, we take all the time in the world and we progress at a natural progression, I guess you could say. I was going through that this past year because I was, sort of like a business person on this end and then spiritual person on this end. And I really wanted to combine the two, but I couldn't do it right away. It just didn't feel authentic to me. I really felt like I needed to sort of take my time with it. So I just want you to give yourself the permission to take your time and to move forward at the pace that you feel comfortable doing. Now, I do want to acknowledge as well, I'm feeling a bunch of stuff in my stomach, and that's the solar plexus. And solar plexus is all about willpower. It's all about bravery. It's all about courage. It's all about purpose. So I just want to acknowledge that, yeah, there's definitely going to be a little bit of trepidation about it, but it's just about being patient with yourself as you move forward. Okay, one of the cards here that we got in terms of life purpose was all about your connection with the environment. So one of the things that you could do is get out into the environment. You could talk out loud the things that you're afraid of saying. You could talk out loud to spirit, to the elementals, and really kind of, almost bare your soul out there. And then when you're ready to do it with the people that, you want to speak to, or on the platforms that you want to be seen on, then you'll have already sort of practiced that and feeling a little bit more comfortable. One of the cards that they are letting us know as well here is a lot about strength. And it's just letting you know that, you really have the strength that you need to move forward in this position. Now, I am sort of interested whether or not you're looking for a new vocation, whether or not you're looking to, change the situation that you're in, or whether you might be looking for a job. So if you want to just sort of let me know, yeah, your place is at the beach. Yeah, I love that. Go to the beach. That's right. Go to the beach, talk out loud. All of that sort of stuff is important. I'm just going to do another card for you. Just see what we get here. Yeah. Okay. So it's funny. This is really reinforcing it, isn't it? It's all about taking that bold step forward. So I think for you, it's more about you just being authentic with who you are and stepping into the direction that you want to go in, and kind of just not really worrying too much about how the cards are going to fall, as long as you're honoring your own self. So it's really easy for us to get really wrapped up in fear, to get wrapped up in worrying about what other people are going to say or what they're going to think about us. But what we need to do is we need to be authentic to ourselves. We need to honor that path, and we need to do so, because otherwise we're not being authentic, right? We're experiencing this where we're really wearing masks for different people. So this is really just encouraging you to step forward. This is a master number of 55, and that's all about change. So one of the things that they're also telling me to tell you is that if you start writing a list of the things that you want and why you want it, really get behind the values, really get behind the emotion, really get behind that that sort of will to pursue that particular thing. And then when times get tough, come back to that, and you'll remember. Like me with my mediumship, for example, I want to support people who have passed over loved ones to recognize that they don't die, that they just shapeshift. I really want to empower people to be the best version of themselves. So anytime I'm feeling, maybe tired, I just remember, this is what I want to do. This is my purpose. And that just lights that light within me. So I would really encourage you to do the same. And of course, for anyone watching, if you find yourself in a similar situation to Tracy, that you're just wanting to be authentic, you're just wanting to step into your truth and follow your right purpose, the purpose that's right for you, just go slow, get clear on what it's important to you, write down your values, and come back to that in times of need or times when you feel insecure. So I hope that you found that helpful. Okay, and you said yes, thank you. Writing lists is good because it's helping you with clarity, and when you know clarity, then the universe can deliver. If you're like, I want to help animals, and you get that clear, then the universe will be like, okay, here's some opportunities. Keep your eyes open, and you'll see that they come to you. Okay, let's see who is next. CJ King, can you let me know if you are here, please? I would love to do a card for you. I'm just going to have a quick drink of water while I tap into your energy. I really want to talk about writing a book in relation to you, which is interesting. So I'm not sure whether or not you've looked at writing a book or, becoming an author, but I'm definitely being swayed to tell you a little bit about that. So just thought I would mention it. Let's see what we've got, though, in terms of a general reading for you. And you are on. Great. Thank you. I'm also just going to feel into your energy for a second. For you, I feel sort of a heaviness in the lung area, and that's also the heart chakra. So there could be a heaviness going on in terms of, feelings of the heart, I guess you could say, situations of the heart. So I do feel a little bit of heaviness there. Now, if it's not about that, it could also be connected to lungs, actually, which could be affecting breathing. So I just want you to, maybe you can discern for me what I'm tapping into, but I'm definitely being drawn to this heart space here. If it is in terms of matters of the heart, all right. I just want to, I'm just waiting to hear a little bit more information. Yes. Okay. So one of the cards that, before I go there, I'm just going to say, when we go through matters of the heart, what we sometimes are experiencing is an opportunity to change, is an opportunity to grow, is an opportunity to actually crack ourselves open and to let more love in. That's really what happens. And sometimes that has to start with forgiveness. Okay. And forgiveness is actually the key to allowing your heart to open that much more so that you're able to receive, right? I believe personally, and I'm continuously on this journey, but I'm learning so much more about it every single day, that our heart is the gate to everything. Our heart is the gate to us receiving. Our heart is the gate to us being abundant. It's the gate to us finding our own purpose and our own passions and, following through with why we came here on earth, our divine purpose. And I just want to acknowledge that when we have matters of the heart, it's because we had the courage to love. And sometimes we have difficult things that happen and our hearts, they crack open or they shrink down, they kind of like ebb and flow really. So it's just understanding that when you have the courage to be able to love people so hard, what you're doing is you're opening yourself up to all the beauty and the unconditional love that the world has to offer you back. And when we go through situations when we feel like our hearts are breaking, that's also an opportunity for us to go within and heal any of those parts within ourselves that have been neglected, and reconnect with ourselves. And you never really feel truly more alive, do you, than when your heart is breaking, or when your heart is feeling, whether that's just surges of love for someone, or that those feelings of loss as well. So I just want to acknowledge as well this beautiful card here, this Watchers, and it's the transpersonal card. And this is card number 60, and 6 plus 0 is a 6. And 6 for me is all about seeing things clearly. It's also about family, and it's also about love. And when I'm seeing this card here, it's so really profound. It's really like there's like this statue, and then the crown chakra, like at the top, there's like a person sitting there, and their crown is just completely open. It's like they're really aware, and they're ready to receive messages from spirit, from source. And this, I believe, is that you are in the middle right now of your change is imminent. It's like you're on the edge, and you're just ready to open up to a whole new world of opportunity, of guidance, of connection to source. And it's so beautiful. And so I think that if you could write down your experiences, that would be really great. Again, they're bringing in the whole like writing a journal, or talking about being an author of some kind. Document your journey. Even if you don't know what to do with it yet, just document your journey. And then later on, when you feel ready, you can go back and you can look at that, and there will be some golden nuggets here. I can guarantee you that. And I'm getting total confirmation. Like, I don't know about you, but I got so many goosebumps here. So it's just letting you know that you're in this opportunity to change and shift, and you're growing, and your heart is just busting open. So write down your thoughts, write down your impressions, your feelings, your joys, your sadness, write down all of it. And then later on, you can decipher what to do with it. But for now, it's important that you document how you're feeling in this moment. So I would love to hear if that resonates with you. Thank you so much for being vulnerable and allowing me to tap into your energy. And I'm sending you so much love and light on this journey. And, remember, you're never alone. And that's really important to remember. And I see a little bit of feedback for you. And you say, okay, will do. Thank you so much. Amazing, beautiful. Yes, I really want this. I gave heightened emotion. I have heightened emotions. Yeah. If you have heightened emotions, and for anybody else at home watching as well, if you have heightened emotions, you want to make sure that you're also grounding and you're cleansing your energy. So whether or not you're having salt baths, whether or not you're doing sage, whether or not you're getting out in nature, you're using sound therapy where you're clapping really loud, like shifting that stuff out. Yoga is good, meditation, those are all techniques in which to help people who tend to pick up on a lot of emotional energy. I do too, so I have to cleanse all the time. It's really important that you have a look at what you could do to help yourself, especially if you're a sensitive person. Okay, let's see who's next. Okay. Oh, and cord cutting as well is really important. And on the Afterlight podcast, which is a podcast that I release every Thursday, I've got some amazing episodes that are coming up very soon, new full-length episodes that you can look forward to. But if you go back a month or two, you'll see there's also some episodes on cord cutting, which is really important to do to manage your energy as well. Okay, Bianca, I don't think I've read for you before. Bianca, let's do it. Let's see what we get here. You're welcome, CJ. Thanks for the feedback. Okay, Bianca. Just pulling a card for you. Okay. What do we got? What do we have? Cool. Okay, so I'm just going to tap into your energy here as well. I'm just going to feel a little bit. Okay, so I pulled this card for you, and it's the Will o' the Wisp, treasures hidden in the shadows, okay? And this is card number 62, and 6 plus 2 is an 8, and 8 is the number of abundance. It's a number of numeral. It's a number of like what you put out comes back to you. It's a number of infinity, so I just love an 8. And 8 is really a lot about abundance. It's all coming to you. However, I will want to say when I tapped into your energy, I did feel like there's like this curtain that you need to kind of walk through. So I feel like you're on the, it's almost as though you're kind of in, I don't want to say a closet, but for lack of a better example, it's kind of like you're hidden, sort of. And you're sort of behind the scenes. That's right. It's like you're the producer of the big show, but nobody can see who's running the show. So I feel like you're sort of behind the curtain. And it's about you kind of stepping in and being like, okay, it's my turn to shine now because I've let all these other people shine for so long that it's my turn now. And I want you to know that you don't have to shine in a way where, you know, all the cameras and light and attention's on you. You can shine in a really subtle way by just being authentic, by speaking your truth. I really feel like that's a theme today, actually. I'm noticing there's some synchronicities here in terms of that, about you stepping into your power, about you deciding, you know what, this is who I want to be. I want to be authentic. I want to move through, you know, any of these things that have been sort of holding me back. I'm going to take another card, though. One of the things that we sometimes forget is that when we are caught up in situations, when we're having dramas going on, when we're having trauma, when we're having issues that are going on in our lives, we forget to look for the opportunity. And very often it's because we're just so submerged in that, right? It's like we're sort of hidden. We can't see the light because it's hidden from view. But when we open the curtain a little bit and we look around, you will see that little slither of light. You will see that little opportunity. You will see that little fragment of hope. Maya Angelou talks about how nothing can dim the light that shines from within. And I fully believe that. Even in our darkest days, when we feel like nothing is going to go right and we'll never be whole again, there's always a little smidgen of hope, a smidgen of light. And one of the things that's really important to remember is that your spirit guides and your angels can't intervene unless you ask them for help. Okay, so it's important that you do that you don't, you know, feel that you have to do it alone, that you put yourself out there and that you just say, you know what, hey, can I get my spirit guides? Can I get my angels to support me in this? Can they send me, you know, a miracle of some kind? Can they show me a piece of text? Can they connect me to a live? Can they do anything put in my way to help me to see the light and the love? My nose is really itchy as well, so I'm not sure if that's something to do with you, whether or not your nose is itchy. I'm just trying to connect that to what that could be about. But, you know, very often like nose, throat, and ears are all about communication as well. So I'm just going to go with that for the minute, that, you know, if you're feeling, oh yeah, now it's gone, that I've acknowledged it. So communicating is really important. And I think for you, it's not really necessarily about communicating to people outside of you. It's about you communicating the truth to yourself, you getting clear on the light within your own self, you maybe for doing some forgiveness work, and you seeing the opportunity that's there. Let's see what else. Oh, your nose has been itchy. That's so funny. I was just thinking, why is my nose so itchy? That's hilarious. Okay. So let me just see. And this is amazing. And I literally have been shuffling the cards here, but we just got that authentic card again. This is the same time and the same card in, you know, what, 10 minutes or something like that. So that's why I'm saying today, and for anyone watching who's not getting a reading, this is an indication that we need to be our authentic selves. This is an indication that we need to own our power, own the things we say. And let me tell you right now, it is not always easy to do. I struggle with that as well. But at least if we know we struggle with it, we can put things in place to help ourselves to work through it, right? For me, I'm all about trying to be in the present moment whenever possible, not letting my mind spiral whenever possible. If I'm noticing it spiraling, coming back to my breath, doing yoga, implementing certain things to really help me to be here in the now. So that really assists me. As far as you stepping into your power and your authentic self, go slow. I've said it before today on the show. It's like, go slow, take small steps, do the things that you need to do slowly and in a comfortable way. And you can also ask for guidance and support from your angels and your spirit team. When I've made decisions in my life, I've said to them, hey, I need a sign. And then when I get the sign, I'll go, I need another sign. And when I get the sign, I'll go, I need another sign, a really super obvious sign that I could never dispute it at all. And then normally I get that and it goes, okay, great. This is really clear to me about what I need to do now. So I hope that's helpful for you. I would love to hear if that resonates with you. I did talk about it earlier as well. Writing the list of what you want, writing the list of what you want to attract in your life is going to be really important. And I really want to encourage you to do that. And also, if you're interested in these soul deep discussions, we're going to be talking a lot about spirituality and how to honor ourselves and how to live the path or follow the path of harmony and peace where we can really be who we are. So if that's of interest to you, I really want to encourage you to get yourself a ticket. Okay, let me see who we've got next. Please do continue to comment if you are. Just under 40 people watching across all our channels, all my channels. Thank you. Okay, let me see. Mindy, I don't think I've read for you before. Let's go with you. Hello, Mindy. I'll just do a general card for you if you could let me know I'm here. Let me know you're here. I mean, I know I'm here. Maybe I'm not here. Who knows? I'm going to pull a different deck for you because I feel like that deck's not right for you. So I'm going to put you on. We're going to go with the, we'll go with the Elemental Oracle deck. I haven't used this in a while. And Mindy, I'm going to use this card for you because I really feel like you're in a bit of a shift as well, a bit of a change. It's kind of like the visual that I get of you is you're at the starting of a race and you're going like this and you're warming up. You're like, I'm warming up. I'm getting ready. I don't know when that gun's going to go off, but I'm getting ready. I'm getting set. Right? I feel like you're kind of doing that. Like you're putting things in place, like you're putting things in motion and you're ready for the next step, but it's not right now, but you know it's coming. So you're getting prepared. So I'd love to hear if that resonates with you, but let's pull a couple cards as well and see if we can get a little bit of that. I just feel like the Elemental Oracle for you is just really going to be a good fit. Okay. It's funny, they're showing me that again. So I'd be interested to know whether or not you race, whether or not you're a runner or anything like that, because they're really showing me you at the starting of like the starting of a race. And then, yeah, you're warming up, like your feet are going like this. So that would be really interesting to know. Okay, here we go. So, okay, great. I love this. So this is number 14. And this is 1 plus 4 is a 5, and 5 is the number of change. And so like I was saying before, I feel like you're preparing for something, like you're getting ready for a new change, whether that's going to be a move, a career, new information. You know, sometimes when we just learn to look at life in a different way, that actually invokes a change. This card is talking all about your passions and getting really clear, because there's a beautiful big eye here as well, and the butterflies that we can see there. Wasn't it gorgeous card? This is all about transformation, but because there's such a feature on the eye, I really think it's going to be a lot about you starting to see things in a different perspective. So I'm not sure whether or not you're learning new things right now, you're getting new information, whether or not you're on the spiritual journey and you're maybe new. And so you're kind of deciphering new pieces of information and seeing what fits with you. It's like you're trying on new clothes and you're going, does this work with me? Does this not? Also, my nose is itchy still, so I'm not sure if that's also something you're dealing with or that's just kind of like a lag from before. But very often that's about communication as well. So I think for you, it's about you speaking up, you know, stepping into your power. I've been saying it all hour actually about how, you know, being authentic is important and you honoring your passions is really key. I think for you though, right now, it's about trying on new things and getting ready for the next step. So I think you're collecting data. That's right. Thank you. They're telling me it's like you're collecting data. Okay. You're collecting data and then you're kind of trying things on to decide whether or not they fit or whether or not they don't. And one of the important things, and I'm going to say this for people at home as well watching, is that as we navigate through life and we learn new information, even when you're listening to me speak, you have this inner compass that says, yes, that's truth, or no, that's not for me. And that's fine. It's important that you discern what is truth for you. And it's important that if somebody presents something to you and you have a bit of resistance around it, that maybe you look into that. Is there some truth there that I don't want to see? Or is it just a hard no for me? So I feel like you're really on the cusp of really, deciding new things and looking at the world in a new way. I'm going to pull one more card for you. I'm going to do a spell casting card. And thank you for everyone leaving feedback. And I think you said something about how you're in the midst of being stuck in spots. Remember, it's just the theme today is going slow. One small step in the direction of where we want to go is perfect. So I really encourage you to do that. Just one small step in the direction of where you want to go. All right, let me see here. One more card for you. And this is the dreams card. So this is really, again, it's coming into, you deciding what's important to you. What do you want? What do your dreams entail? I think so often that we play small, and we play small because we don't want to outshine other people, or we play small because we're afraid of success. We play small because, it's kind of safe here in our little corner where we can't get hurt if we're not put out there and things like that. So I think that, for you, it's about thinking about, well, what's important to me? What are the things that I want to do? And then taking those small little micro steps to move into that direction. If you're feeling stuck, sometimes that could be a little bit too much earth element. So what I'd like you to do is to bring in a little bit of fire element, light a candle or two, even drinking some water would be good. Lots more water. They're telling me lots more water. Water is emotions and intuition. So if you're feeling stuck at all, and this is, I think someone else asked a question, like, how do I move forward, please? Bringing in some of those other elements is going to be really key for you to assist yourself in moving forward. So if you want more emotion, more intuition, more feeling, bringing in more water. If you want more passion, more, oomph, more fire, bring in that fire element. If you want more ideas, bring in that air element. And if you want to be more grounded, bring in that earth element. But I find very often people that are sort of stuck or can't move forward, they have too much earth, so they need to bring in other elements and sort of less earth stuff. You could also do that through the colors of the clothing that you wear. So you could bring in different pops of reds, different colors, maybe some blues and things like that. That would be really good. Okay, hopefully that was helpful, Mindy. Let me know. And Mindy, you've just said, oh my God, I just filled up a huge glass of water. I love that. Cool. Okay. Mindy, I think you just said that you're in some legal crap. So one thing that I will tell you is to, get clear on what outcome you want and then release it, and don't throw any more negativity at it. And whenever possible, try not to worry about it. And just remember, whatever, terminology you use, but you could say something like, I've released this to God, or I've released this to the universe, or I've released this to source, or I'm releasing it for the highest good of all concerned. Right? Because what we tend to do is defend our position and tell everyone around it how it's unjust and how it's, not going in our favor and where it's like, let's just think about the outcome that we want, and then let's just release it and surrender it to the universe. Okay. Okay. Let's see what else we got here, y'all. Thank you so much for all the comments, just under 40 people. And I'm sorry, my update is going very quickly. So if I've missed anyone up top, I apologize for that. Just keep commenting. Okay. Kaylee, I don't think I've read for you before, and you'd like a card this morning. Can you give me a little comment about where you're located? Let's see what we got going on for you. Starting off the day, I would be going with either the UK or the US. If it's the US, it's late. If it's the UK, it's early. Maybe in the US, it's also early, technically. Okay, I feel like you could go with an elemental oracle card as well, just to bring in some new energy. I do feel like you're a little bit stuck in the mud too. They're showing me a picture of like bare feet stuck in the mud and like trying to move forward, almost like cement around you. So I feel like if you could bring in some fire, that would be really good. So wearing reds is good, eating spicy foods, wearing red lipstick, if you feel like that's something that you like to do, anything like that. Red nails, these are pink, but having candles lit, that kind of stuff, I think that would be really good to actually bring in a little bit of energy for you. Okay, you're in the UK. Very cool. Love the UK. Love the UK. And Scotland has got my heart, I must admit. Okay. Let's see what we get for you here. Okay. Okay, so this is great. So this is the comfort card, and this is the hearth card. I feel like I'm not hearth. That's right, hearth card, and this is all about, you know, the hearth is like in front of the fire and stuff like that. So this is also number 11, and 11 is a master number for new beginnings, new start, new adventure. So what I see about this card, I did see you being sort of stuck where you are, so it could be significant of you actually hibernating. So there could be an opportunity here where you're sort of hibernating. It's February, it's cold, you're taking time out, you're being with your family, and maybe you're being actually sort of stuck by choice. Maybe you're going, you know what? I've been busy. I'm taking some time out. I'm just going to be with my loved ones. I'm just going to take that time, and then I'm going to set a plan in motion and move forward. The important thing to mention, though, is that if you're wanting to move forward, you need to do so with a bit of a goal or a bit of a plan. So even while you're taking some time being here, I saw you as being stuck. But if you're feeling like you're doing that by choice, then you're not stuck, right? You're just taking some time out. There's a real difference there. So I'd love to know if you could comment on which one it is. However, I will say that when you are taking the time out, or when you're stuck, it's still important to think about who you want to be, where you want to go, and what's important to you. Okay. So what I'd like you to do is I'd like you to think about, what's one thing that I want to attract this year? What's one thing that's important to me? Do you have a focus word, maybe? My focus word this year is miracle. So anytime I think that there's a miracle waiting for me, I'm going to try to do that. I'm going to try to go there, right? Or I'm letting the universe know, hey, like, bring me some miracles. This is really what I want. So if you have a goal that's sort of, you know, elusive a little bit, maybe not elusive is the right word, but open-ended, like the word miracle, then that's fine. Just put that in motion. But maybe you want to attract something different. Maybe you want a new job. Maybe you want to move. Maybe you want to meet new people. Maybe you want to try new things, right? Starting to get clear on what those are. And then when you're ready to get unstuck or to get out of hibernation and, you know, move into the spring, you can start to put these little seeds that will start to sprout results, right? You can go, okay, I really want to try new things. I'm going to think about what I did as a child. I'm going to see if there's any groups like that in my area. Or, you know, when my friend says, oh, hey, I've just started pickleball, or I've just gone to a new yoga studio, or I've just tried this new hike or whatever, then you might go, hey, that sounds cool. I'm wanting to try new things this year. Maybe I'll join you on your next sojourn. So you can do things like that. I'd love to hear if that's connecting with you. I will pull one more card for you, though. Okay, so you're saying I have no plan. I feel like I don't know which path to take for myself and my kids. Sometimes all we need to do is just take the one little step that's going to make us feel better right now. So one of the things that I do is always pay attention to my emotions. Your emotions, that's how your higher self is communicating with you all the time. So when you feel good about something, follow that direction. The minute you feel a little bit of anxiety or you feel a little bit of nervousness, don't. Maybe stop, get more information. Music is really helpful as well to shift our perspective, to shift our energy. So maybe have a look at that. I feel like if you could bring in a little bit more creativity, maybe some art, maybe some dancing, things like that, you don't even have to leave your house. And kids love that stuff. Get on board with the things that you're doing with your kids as well. You know, maybe make some crafts, maybe do some painting. I'm seeing a lot of colors. They're showing me like a lot of colors. I feel like this could be something that you could bring into your life to help a little bit more creativity. That kind of stuff would be really good for you. Bring a little bit of magic and miracles. I think that would be good. Okay, and then finally, we've got this card here, which is the love card for you. Now, as we can see here, there's a woman and she's sitting there, but this is all about self-love. This is about you building up your confidence. This is about you taking care of yourself, talking to yourself nicely, getting to know yourself, okay? One of the things that they are telling me is if you can start decluttering, that would be really good, because when you declutter, what do? You make place for the new. So they're encouraging you to do a little bit of decluttering if you can. I think if you can declutter, get rid of the past, and what you're going to find is little things sort of start to come in that open you up to a whole new future. So I hope that's helpful, and I would love to hear your thoughts. Okay, let's keep going here. I'm just going to have a quick drink. If you are still here, please continue to comment, and I see all your comments. Thank you so much. Okay. Kylie. All right, let's go with Kylie. Let's see. I can't get over my itchy nose. It's so funny. All right, Kylie, let's see what we got here. I'm just going to tune into your energy. I feel really heavy. Like I feel a little bit lethargic and tired and drained. I feel like, I'm tired. I'm exhausted. So I'm just seeing what I can get to help you with that. Okay, what I was saying before really matters. So it's about bringing in fire energy. It's about bringing in some water, drinking more water. They're telling me drink more water. Drink more water. The other thing too is drinking more water actually helps us with our energy levels. It also helps us with our intuition. It also helps us connect to spirit. You know, if I'm ever not feeling myself and I drink a bunch of water, it is like a magic pill. Seriously, drinking water, your body is made up of 90% water, something like that. So if you're dehydrated, then nothing's going to be working at the level that it should. So they're saying right now for you to really do some water, bring in some water. Okay. You can even go swimming, shower, bath, anything like that. Bring that in. Let's get that emotion going. Let's get that intuition going. Let's clear out anything that doesn't serve us. That's what water can also do, can really help with healing as well. Okay, I'm going to pull a card for you though. Let's see what we get. Okay. So we've got the growth card for you here. And this is also the card of plants, and it's also the card of nature. And it's funny because when I'm tapping into your energy, I feel really heavy, like there's a lot of earth. So even though this card is talking about earth, is talking about plants, get out in nature for sure, but just make sure that you're bringing in some of those other elements as well. Oh yeah, I hear that. What they're telling me too is that if you can get in nature, at least you're getting fresh air. So that's that nice air quality that's going to be coming in. So I think that would be really important for you as well. Also, you can get a lot of healing from plants. So if you're feeling really quite emotional, you can actually go and talk to a tree, hug a tree, tell it your story, all that kind of stuff. When plants are, paid attention to, they're going to grow that much more, right? You can go out, you can connect with the tree spirits, the elementals. They're actually really, really good for healing and helping you as well. I'm going to pull another card for you, see what we get. If you could let me know too, Kylie, if this is connecting with you. You're saying definitely suffer from fatigue. Yeah. Have been drinking 4 liters of water a day. Okay, well, that's a lot. One thing that I noticed, because I also was feeling like that for a long time, fatigue, and I actually started taking iron supplements, but my doctor said to do that, so you might want to see your doctor. And I also take magnesium, and that has really helped me. So that might be something that you talk to your doctor about and see if that's an option for you. But for me, iron was a major thing that I needed to take care of, and I don't eat a lot of meat at all. So I take iron supplements, and that's really been assisting me. And also magnesium, that's really been helping me with my fatigue. But again, I'm not a doctor, so I would really recommend that you talk to your doctor before doing anything like that. Let's just see what we've got though for you in terms of this other card. Okay, great. So what this card is talking about, it's the blessings card. And I feel like it's about taking inventory and taking stock on all the things that are important to you. Very often we get caught up in the day-to-day and the grind, and we forget to give back to ourselves. We forget to acknowledge all of the good that we have in our life, right? Especially when you're fatigued, it's easy to focus on being fatigued, right? So it's about doing things that are going to energize you. So getting out and listening to music, playing a song. I have a dance party every now and again, very often in the day, where I'm feeling a little bit like, oh, I've been sitting in the office, and need a little bit of energy to go outside, have a walk, come back, have a dance party or something like that, right? Or just have a dance party, just depending. So that's one of the things that I'm really aware really helps me, and I'm really grateful for that. So I think for you, it's about starting to take a little bit of stock, a little bit of inventory, and all the things that are blessings for you, paying attention. I feel like for you, it's really health oriented, honestly. So I think it's like paying attention to how strong your hands are, how strong your feet are, how you can stand up straight, how you can, touch your soft skin, how you can move and you can flex your muscles, how you can stretch. I think for you, if you can start to appreciate all the things that your body's doing for you, that's going to really help you as well. Build a new connection and reconnect with your body in that way, and also help it to kind of work through some of this fatigue stuff. Although I think for you, if you go and maybe check with your doctor to see whether or not iron is an important thing for you to look at, I think that you might find that that's helpful. I'll take one more card for you and then I'll move to the next person. Yes. And I don't know, we're getting so many of the same cards today. It's amazing. So this is the dreams card as well. So just going back to what I was reading for somebody else earlier, this is really a lot about you taking stock on your blessings and what you want to attract. So it's about talking about things as we want them to be, not necessarily as they are. So I know sometimes that sounds weird because you don't want to be like, yeah, but why would I be saying I'm super energetic when I'm not? Well, that's true, but do you really need to mention it at all? The only time you need to mention you're maybe not fatigued is when you're talking to me about it for a second to let me know how you're feeling, or talking to your doctor, of course. But in other times you could say, okay, come on, self, we got a lot of energy in us. Let's light this candle. Let's have a little spicy food. Let's put on that music. Let's pick ourselves up a little bit. So I think if you can start to focus a bit on your dreams and start to make decisions that take you towards those, I think that's going to be really important. Would love to hear if that's resonating with you. So many comments. Thank you so much, everybody. Okay. Let me see what we got. You're welcome, Kylie. Wishing you all the best. I hope the magnesium and the iron helps you, because that really helped me. I was thinking so long overdue for myself. But anyway. Okay. A lot of people from the UK, a lot of people from the US, from Australia. If you are here, please keep commenting. Marion, I don't think I've read for you before. Let's go with you. Okay, from Ireland. Okay, and we just had this car fly out. Just before I read it for you, I can't get over how itchy my nose is. It's so weird. All right, so I'm just going to tap into your energy for a minute, though, Marion. I'm feeling emotional when I'm connecting with your energy. I'm drawn to my heart space, and I'm feeling emotional, and I'm feeling really deep in that. Almost like I've been in a wave, kind of, or under a wave, I'm feeling really sort of, I don't want to say sad. It's not really how I feel. I just feel kind of emotional, I don't really feel sad. I just feel a lot. That's what it is. I'm just feeling a lot. When I pulled this card here, it's so beautiful. This is the gravity card. Look at all those animals, and look at this woman, and she's sitting on the planet, which is all about Earth. And she's got a couple of these beautiful little butterflies that are trying to sort of pick her up. Okay, and there's all the blues. All these blues here as well is all about emotion, all about intuition. And then it's also number 39, and 3 plus 9 is 12, and 1 plus 2 is 3. And 3 is all about strength, it's all about creativity, it's all about fertility, even like the birth of something. I think for you, it's a lot about you taking a little bit of time to kind of heal and then move to the next thing. So when I'm looking at this card, gravity, it's a lot about how you're really on Earth. You're really planted. I feel like you're hibernating on some level. I also feel that there's a lot of emotion that's really wrapped up in what you've been going through. I can feel it physically, but also with the blues in this card, it's really showing me a lot of emotion, a lot of intuition that you've been tapping into. So I just think that right now it's important that you honor your journey, that you just are okay with being quiet, that you're okay with going within, being reflective, looking at, things in your life, and maybe analyzing what's for you or not. I really feel like journaling could be really beneficial at this time, doing some writing down of your thoughts. If you need to release anything, writing it down and then letting it go. I feel like drinking water is a real theme today because I've been talking about it quite a lot, but I think that for you, actually, that could be really good as well, to just sort of flush stuff out. Okay. Very often you can also drink it to really feel energized. But I think for you, it's also about letting things go and flushing it out. And when we're bringing in the element of water, we're bringing in that intuition, we're bringing in that emotion, and it almost allows us to bring those emotions to the surface so we can deal with them, and then we can flush them out and we can let them go. I also think that if you could look at doing a little bit of yin yoga right now, that might be really nice for you. So that's yin, Y-I-N, yoga. There's a lot of YouTube videos about that. I subscribe to Down Dog, which is a really great app, which is all about yoga, and you can choose yin yoga as an option. So I think this is a lot about, I get that, thank you. Yeah, it's about restoring right now. I feel like you're restoring, you're rejuvenating, you're kind of preparing for the next stage, but right now you're just healing and you're taking a bit of time to be. So I just want you to be, patient with yourself along the journey, allowing yourself to feel the things that you need to feel, and just being okay with that. So if you could let me know if that's resonating with you. I'm just going to pull one more card for you. Yeah, okay. And this is card 7, and this is the moon card, which is darkness. So when I see a 7 is all about communicating with your higher self, with your divine purpose. This is really about us getting in touch with why we're here and what's important to us, okay? And I think it's almost like an opportunity for you to come together and then move into the next direction in the next journey. So when I see this card here, and it's the moon card, and we see darkness, we see there's a little bit of shadow, a little bit of darkness there, but there's light within it. We can see that there's this sort of shadow that's over her face, but there's this light that's just peeking through here. So it's, can you see a little bit of that light? Can you see the opportunity? Can you rise above? Okay. And when you're feeling sad, it's okay to feel sad, and then say to yourself, what is one thing I can do right now to feel a little bit better? If you have a bath, salt baths is so good. If I'm ever feeling not myself, I go have a salt bath. I immerse myself in the water, head included. I imagine white light clearing all my chakras, and that really helps me, resets me. So this is really about you taking time, do your healing work, be patient with yourself, allow yourself to cry and grieve if you need to do that, journal anything that you need to do. But remember, what can I do to make one small step to make myself feel better? And when you know what that is, like music or watching a movie or talking to a good friend or anything like that, then slowly and surely this too shall pass. But for now, I just want you to be really kind with yourself. And I'm sending you a lot of love and light. And and you're strong, and you will and can and are getting through this. Okay. Okay, Heather is from France. Heather Milken, let's do it. Salut, Heather. Je peux parler en français pour tout ça, si tu veux. Mais moi, je parle français canadienne, alors ça serait un peu difficile. Peut-être. On va voir. Moi, je vais prendre une carte pour toi. Je ne veux pas parler en français pour tout ça parce que j'ai les anglophones qui écoutent. All right, I'm going to go back to my English, but I'm always looking for an opportunity to speak my French. So thank you, Heather, for that. All right, let me see what we got for Heather here. I'm just listening and feeling. Feel emotional when I'm connecting with your energy as well, Heather. I'm feeling like it's almost, I want to say, grin and bear it. So I feel like you're going through stuff, but maybe not a lot of people know. I feel like you're smiling, but on the other side of the smile is you're feeling sad. So I would love to know if that's resonating with you. I can just really feel that there's a lot of emotion behind your smile. So that's interesting. Let's just see what else we can get here from this card. Right. Okay. So we got the lighten your load card. So look at that. This person is carrying the weight of the world on their shoulders. This is interesting though. See this light here? It's like they're looking towards the light, but they're carrying all this weight. So what I think this card is really significant or talking about for you is that you see where you want to go, but you're kind of feeling like you need to bring everyone else with you, or you need to bring the past with you. And the answer is, do you want to walk like that? Or do you want to walk straight? Right? You cannot carry everyone with you and bring them on the journey. I know this sometimes happens when we learn new information. When I first discovered Eckhart Tolle's work, Tolle, by the way, when I first discovered his work, I wanted to tell everyone about it. I was like, this has changed my life, living in the present moment. It means everything, you know? And I really wanted to share. I would have yelled off the rooftops to anyone who would listen. But people really need to find their own way. And so what we can do is we can lead by example. We can share our stories. We can give them these books sometimes and then sort of release the expectation that they'll read them. But it's important that we remember that we cannot carry people with us. All we can do is be the light. All we can do is be the light for them. We can show them this way of being, you know? I've gone through stuff in my life where I was like, you know, learning to love myself and talk to myself nicely. And you know, when people say to me, oh, wow, how do you do that? I teach them what I know. And as I learn and get stronger in doing this, I teach people new things as I learn them. So for you, it's the same thing. You're learning new information. And as you do that, you can be this beautiful light and people will follow you or they won't. And when I say follow you, I mean, they may be inspired by you, but you can't carry them with you, right? You got to kind of like allow them to find their own way. And I know that can be really difficult. The other thing that this is talking about is decluttering. It's letting go of old ideas. It's letting go of old habits. It's letting go of things that are significant of your past that aren't moving you forward. Okay. Remember, who do you want to be? Is this part of my future or not? If it's not part of your future, let it go, you know? And if it is part of your future, bring it with you. But if it's not, it's important that you go, you know what? This isn't taking me into the direction that I want to go in. I'm going to let it go. I'm just going to pull another card for you, and I'd love to hear if that resonates with you at all. Thank you so much, all the people watching. This is great. Okay, yes. So Heather, for you, this is a clarity card. So this is about you getting clear on what's important to you, you getting clear on the things that are lifting you up, the things that are bringing you down. That includes situations, people, and things, okay? So it's about you starting to notice your emotions. There's a communication thing going on as well that I need to acknowledge, okay? So sometimes, you know, speaking our truth to people is going to be difficult, but it's important that we do that. So I feel like clarity is also really important, and speaking what is, you know, what you're learning, speaking what's important to you is important. But what I was going to say earlier is that, you know, as we go through life, we have our emotions that are guiding us, and they're saying, hey, this person makes us feel good. Cool. This person doesn't. This item makes us feel good. This item doesn't. This home makes me feel good. This item doesn't. This home doesn't. This job does. Right? So our emotions are constantly guiding us. And what's sometimes confusing is that our head tries to trip us up. So our head sometimes is like, oh yeah, I think I know what's best, when our emotions are going crazy and they're going, no, this is not the right way, or yes, this is the right way. And then we have that head and heart competition. So it's really important, I believe, that you listen to your emotions and that you focus on, you know, how you're feeling in the moment. And that's going to be helping you to gain clarity. Okay, so I'd love to hear if that resonates with you. And I'm going to pull one more general card for everyone because I'm out of time. But I'm going to pull a card for you. If you're still watching, then this card is for you. And Michelle Price is coming up in about 15 minutes, and she's awesome. So if you're still around, then you might get a chance to get a reading from her. And the general card reading for everyone watching is the Skybridge card, Possibility for Union. So that's an interesting card. And this is number 47, which actually is an 11. And 11 is new beginnings, new start, but it's a master number. So I really feel like there are things that are coming together. Everything is aligning. Everything is really, it's like the sum of your decisions have led you to this moment. And as you go into this moment, you know, just trust that everything is working as it should. Heather, I want to say to you too, I just saw that you said that. Thank you. That's helped me. I want to acknowledge that there's a feminine energy with you as well, because that popped in right away. I don't have time to read for you on that level, but I will just say that I do want to acknowledge a feminine energy with you. Okay. So I just want to say that, you know, possibility for union is important. But what I'm trying to get at here is that we are coming towards the people that we we're destined to be. And when you're following your emotions and you're making decisions that take you towards your higher self, towards the person that you want to be, you will find your way there. Sometimes it's just about being patient. It's about honoring those down times. It's about learning and gaining information, seeing the light in the shadow, and just trusting the process. So I really want to encourage you to be patient with yourself along the journey. And again, grab a ticket to the Soul Deep discussions. They're only $44. We only have a limited amount. I've left the link there in the post. It's going to be featuring myself and Michelle Price, and we're going to be talking about spiritual subjects so that you have a safe place to discuss these questions. You can submit a couple of questions before the call and we'll answer them. It's 2 hours on Zoom, just some really high frequency people hanging out, talking about spiritual subjects. So I really hope you'll join me. I'll be back here same time on Thursday with my business partner and BFF Elsie Lake. And we'll be doing this again. And please stay tuned for Michelle Price coming up in about 15 minutes because she is amazing. So thank you for being here, and I'll talk to you next time. Hi, I'm Lauren Grace. I'm an evidential medium and a seer, and I'm the owner-operator of Lauren Grace Inspirations. I'm a channel of the light and work with spirit guides, angels, the higher self, and passed over loved ones to provide you with support, clarity, and encouragement. Using oracle cards, mediumship, and clairvoyance, my readings will leave you feeling comforted and empowered. I have various reading options available, ranging from 30-minute readings to 60-minute readings to group sessions, all online or in person. I also work with professionals to help them gain clarity in business and life purpose. To book a reading with me, simply head to laurengraceinspirations.com.